Shalom, like to give all undergoing praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakodash, like give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Aki and push this word across the four corners of the world. And the title of this lesson, The Hardest Walk Leads to the Greatest Destination. And that was a quote from Elder Apostle Gabar. He stated some time ago, but when he said that through the Spirit, it just stuck with me. Because this hard walk represents our different paths, our journeys, our missions, our goals, objectives, that we're walking into this faith, this truth. And while we're walking through this, as it says in the book of 2 Timothy, to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahawashi. And once you endure something, you're withstanding hardship, stress. You're persevering through the Spirit. But at the end of the day, you see the things that we have to go through on this side, it's going to be far more greater when we see that true kingdom of heaven, which represents that greater destination. And this is 1 Thessalonians 2:12, that you will walk worthy of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And the word walk goes into to regulate one's life as a Hebrew. And worthy meaning to be honorable, having merit, pretty much to be valuable. And that's how Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi look at his hopeful elect being honorable, because it's easy to do wickedness and follow the wicked standard in this society. But if you're walking with integrity, having some type of moral code, that proves that you're being different from the world. You're not trying to follow a multitude to do evil. So you're trying to walk worthy of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi as much as you can through the Spirit. And it says, who have called you unto his kingdom and glory. So you think about the billions upon billions of Israelites in this world, and Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi had gave us that type of understanding to know his mysteries, his dark sayings and parables. As it says that we was called out of darkness into this marvelous light. So we're being called unto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi's kingdom and his glory. And first and foremost, it starts with the knowledge. Then it will lead to salvation. As it says in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, how our bodies will be changed in the twinkling of an eye, Abaratazat. And that will lead into the glory, which represents the kingdom of heaven. Verse 13, for this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing, as it says, to pray without ceasing. Because when ye received the word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, when ye heard of us, you received it not as the word of men, but as it is in truth, the word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, which officially worketh also in you that believe. And our belief factor is a major stepping stone in this truth, because a lot of people do not believe. So by you believing, having the faith in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, no matter what you're going through, there's a special gift to have. And when you have a gift, it's not given to everybody. Which leads me to the book of Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, and the 8th verse. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So like I stated, a gift is not given to just anyone. Just like in the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, and the list goes on of all these different major league sports associations, those particular players have their own gifts that was given to them by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, which is not given to everyone to play professional sports. But we have the spirit of prophecy, which is a very special, valuable gift that's not given to all the Israelites. And damn sure it's not given to these other nations. So by that alone, you stand out, which is a gift of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And that leads me to the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, and the 3rd verse. Cleave unto him and depart not away, meaning cleave unto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And how you do that? You follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. The men that he set up in the Spirit, the great examples from the apostles and elders, great millstone, and all the sincere Akim on down. You're constantly being involved in the Spirit by watching videos, doing lessons, just growing more in the Spirit, praying, fasting. So by that, you're cleaving unto him. And you're building a connection with your Creator. And it says that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So that last end represents when Yahawashi comes back, according to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. When he comes back, he's going to come wax strong with the thousands of heaven, which represents the angels, the chariots. And linking up with the book of Isaiah, the 40th chapter, it goes into the Most High's strong arm, which represents Yahawashi, his right-hand man. And when Yahawashi comes back, it's stated that he's going to have his reward with him. And we know that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is perfect balance. So his reward on the right-hand side is going to be given to the elect of the nation of Israel, the ones that stood stiffly for his name. And part of that is receiving those new bodies, those new glorious bodies into those glorious chariots. Our bodies being fashioned unto like Yahawashi. So that represents the good reward. But also you have the bad reward, which is going to be given to the ones of our people that do not want to accept Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You would rather worship the image of Baal, which represents the image of Satan, and not your creator, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So that's why I stated how the slain of the Lord should be many, and how he's going to plead with all flesh. So he's going to have a reward on the good side, a reward on the bad side. So we want to be in that mindset of being increased at the last end, which represents the reward on the good side. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. So the things that we're going through right now, yeah, it hurts. It sucks. So just think about that ROI, that return of an investment, by you making that spiritual sacrifice, that spiritual investment, by sacrificing your youth, your time, your energy, your livelihood, and the list goes on. And to prove that, let's get 1 Thessalonians, the 3rd chapter, and the 1st verse. And as you see, it says, encouragement of Timothy's visit. Wherefore, when you could no longer forbear, we thought it good to be left at Athens alone, and sent Timotheus, our brother and minister of Yahawah, and our fellow laborer in the gospel of Yahawashi, to establish you and to comfort you concerning your faith. Verse 3, that no man should be moved by these afflictions. So the things that we're going through, we can't be troubled by it. And let's see why. For yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto, meaning that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has each and every single brother as the hopeful elect to go through their different trials and tribulations. It's going to be customized, only meant for you. Because the things that one brother can go through, another brother might not be able to go through it. So that what it goes into about being appointed, meaning being customized, being designated, which goes back to this lesson. Our hardest walk leads to the greatest destination. So that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. Linking right back up with Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, and the 1st verse. My son, thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So that means that we're going to be appointed unto these different afflictions. But at the same time, you can't be moved by it. Verse 4, for verily, when we were with you, we told you before that we should suffer tribulation, even as it came to pass, and ye know. So going right back to Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, and start at verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient with our change to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Linking up with Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. Trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi with all thy heart, and lean not to thy own understanding. Verse 7, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward should not fail. So that's why Yahawashi stated himself in the book of Matthew, the 11th chapter, that our burden is light. You go to the word light, it goes into easy. You know how Jake say in the world, hey man, that's light. So that's how Yahawashi talking to his friends, his servants, his elect. Like the things that you're going through, your different adversities, your trials, your tribulations, your sufferings, it's light. Because you got to think about it and have that spiritual tunnel vision. The things that we're going through is just temporary. What we're working into in this ministry is leading to an everlasting kingdom that's never going to be taken down again. A Apostle Paul himself stated in the book of 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, for our light affliction is but for a moment. So that's a good way to look at it through the spirit. The things that you're going through right now, it's not going to be forever. Even though it sucks right now, yes, I agree. But at the same time, just think about the outcome. Be optimistic in the spirit, thinking about, hey man, we have a kingdom actually coming for us, only designated and designed for us. That's the hopefully elect of the nation of Israel. Which leads me to verse 9. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Because you read into the book of Psalm, the 126th chapter, it goes into that we were like them that once dreamed. Basically saying that these things that we're going through in this captivity was like an all bad nightmare. Once we wake up figuratively, which goes into like the kingdom of heaven, later on in that chapter, it goes into they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And that joy is going to be an everlasting joy and mercy. That's only going to be presented to the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. And this is Romans, the 8th chapter, the 17th verse. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahawah, and joint heirs with Yahawashi. So that's a partnership deal that we have with Yahawashi as the hopeful elect. And we endure these things until the end. Maintain our integrity. Do not be moved by these afflictions. If so be that we suffer with him. So we're going to have to suffer. And once you have to suffer, pray to Yahawah, he gives you the spirit to be able to suffer. And you suffer patiently. Blessed is the man that hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord, that we may also be glorified together. And how's that? By our bodies being fashioned to like Yahawashi's body. A perfect type of body. No hurt, no pain, no more tears, no more troubles. So that's something to look forward to as the hopeful elect. Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Which goes right back to this lesson about our hardest walk leads to the greatest destination, which represents our trials, tribulations that we're going through in this walk, our paths, our missions, our objectives as the hopeful elect. It's not going to be compared to the everlasting joy, mercy, and glory that Yahawah is going to present to those that wait upon him. So Lord willing, with that, you all edified, you all stay strong, hang in there. Hey, shalom.